What's up, everybody? Rick here at Bear Forex, and today is Tuesday, the 8th of September, 2020. How are ya? I hope everybody had a good weekend. I had an extended weekend. That's why I wasn't here yesterday. We had Labor Day here in the United States. And we open up our trading week. Our official trading week opens up to a nice big down move. S&P 500, NASDAQ, and the Dow Jones Industrial Average all taking a dive today, especially the NASDAQ, the tech-heavy NASDAQ, where Apple, Tesla, Microsoft, Facebook, Amazon, and NVIDIA all lose at least 4.5%, some, like Tesla, losing 20%. But I think that is because they didn't get accepted into S&P 500. Don't know why. Some kind of politics, most likely. People don't want to believe in electric cars. It would be the first time an all-electric car company, or an all-electric company of any kind, really, other than like home electronics and cell phones, goes into S&P 500. And you know, the conspiracy theorist in me seems to think this is just something against our friend Tesla, Elon, because he's a real innovator in the world, and I think people don't like that about him. That he doesn't care about what people think. He doesn't care about popular opinion. He doesn't care. He cares about what he needs to get done for his vision, and he doesn't play ball with all the morons in government and all the morons in media. He doesn't care about that, which is what I respect about him, because I hate all those people too. I loathe the media. I can't stand them. I can't stand politicians either. But you know, that's just the way the cookie crumbles. He's not going to cry if he doesn't make the S&P 500. He's still a billionaire who's trying to get to Mars. That's all he's focused on. So in terms of the stock market taking a slip, I think it's just a correction, except for Tesla. Tesla's a sell-off because people are shook that they didn't make. They were so convinced he was going to make the S&P 500, and it didn't. But that's okay. Keep going, Elon. Don't worry about those losers. Commodities-wise, I mean, not much of a move, really. Crude oil took a slip of about 1.25%, 1.33%. Brent oil took about a 1/3% down. Gold is basically flat. So not much movement over there. So let's go ahead and get started on the charting. The dollar is strong, and I don't know why the stock market fell like that. I guess it's probably a correction again, but who knows? So let's check here. 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2. And here we go with the Aussie dollar, and you can see what I mean about price slipping downward. Now I'm not a scalper, at least on YouTube. I don't do the scalping on YouTube because there's no way for me to scalping is basically a quick guess, and it has nothing to do with anything really technical. You're just guessing that this is what's going to happen. I'm not going to sit here and take a dump on everybody and say there's no real skill involved, because there's some skill. It takes a lot of patience and stuff, and a lot of discipline to hit this trigger now and close it now over and over and over again for the long haul. I don't know a lot of people that have survived a long time doing it, because it's basically gambling. You need to be an adrenaline junkie. You're better off developing an algorithm or something that can do it for you, because the stress level is through the roof. I only know a few people who do it, and they're already like high-strung, drink a pot of coffee kind of individuals, if you know what I mean. Anyway, I do some scalping on dailies and 4-hour, but that's very rare. I don't do it that often. It has to be something. There has to be something very specific, usually related to news announcements. But for the most part, I like to trade the longer term charts and for longer periods of time. This on the 4-hour is something different. This down move over the last few weeks, so you can see there's some points to be made there. But on the daily chart, there's nothing really. There's no way to actually get into this. I'm waiting for price, like I said last week, to get down to 71.5. It needs to do something at this line. If price bounces, then we look for an entry to get back in. If it breaks, then we wait for a small pullback to go short. That's the plan. And as of right now, we have to wait and see what happens. All right, so we're going to move on to the Euro USD, and it's much the same. I mean, we're still bouncing along on this line here. Got to see price get through this 17.5. Price is playing the 17.5 for, I think, about 2 months nearly. We'll start from here and go here. 44 days. 44 days of bouncing around. I need a direction. Same difference. Price needs to break here, retrace a little, continue down. Or price needs to climb up above 1.2. I need a definite move, break, retrace, and move back up. Maybe not even a retrace. We'll see what it looks like. But that's what needs to happen on the daily chart. This is nothing. This is good for scalping. This is good for the 4 hour. If I pop over to the 4 hour, you could see there's some moves here. You know that you could grab a couple of points here and there over the last few weeks. You know, something enough to pay the bills. You know, maybe get a sandwich. But retirement stuff and getting paid, that's where the big boys play on the upper charts, and there's just nothing happening. We gotta wait. Pound dollar's up next. This is nice. Price is breaking the low. Here we are. I've been waiting for price to get below this 1.300. Now we wait for price to retrace and confirm the break, or it's going to play around a little bit and go back up. But this is a good sign. Step 1 complete. 1.30 has been broken and closed under for the day. It broke the last low. So now we're going to wait for a retrace. We got to wait for the midterm sellers to sell off. And we need confirmation from the big boys that the pound dollar is changing direction for the short term. It never changes forever, but we need price to come back down. NZD USD is up next. Price is coming down. It has fallen from its high almost 3%. But again, this is just a correction. This is correcting this. So I need price to climb back up. Maybe it doesn't need to reach all the way back up to 67.8, but I definitely need it to fall back down a little bit more. Otherwise, we're going to end up in a little bouncy bounce in between these levels. I need proper breakage of either up here or down here. US CAD spiking upwards, breaking the little one that I wanted it to break, but this is where it needs to go. It needs this, and here it is. Price is again spiking through 132.5. Price needs to get above this. You see all this traffic right here? It needs to get above that. This is a nice push, but bam, it hits that number again. So now, here we go. Is it gonna, if it breaks this, right, over the next few days, breaks this, comes back down a little and continues, good. We have another good level of 1.34, and then another level of 134.5, and then after that, our next level is 136.5. If we can get price to start climbing back up in that direction, we could pay some bills, and that's what I'm all about, is paying them bills. On the downside, 130.50 still needs some work here, so this needs to break 130.50, but we'll have to see what happens. On the US Swiss side, price is climbing, and here it is, slamming right up against 92, just like I've been saying for weeks. I need 92 to get broken. We're back up to that level. Looking good. Let's see if we can get above, pull back a little bit, and take off. If this thing takes off, I'm looking at 95 as a target. On the downside, it needs to break below 900, quadruple zero, but I don't think it's going to. USD JPY. Scuttling about, doing jack crap again. Bunch of bull. Boop. Ain't doing nothing on here. So, there's nothing to say about it. Nothing happening on the USD JPY. And that's going to be it for the charting. And I'm also going to cut it short because there's not really much going on. If you guys have any questions, feel free to hit me up at bearforextrading@gmail.com. Visit my blog at bearforex.com. Go to Patreon and see what I'm doing every 4 hours and sometimes more things in between. Visit my Patreon under bearforex and follow me on Twitter at bearforextrading@gmail.com. And also, you can now look for me at Library. www.lbry.com. And you can find me there. With that, I hope everybody has a good night, and we shall see you tomorrow.